keep me down. Oh, you were wrong, 'cause that was then and this is now. Take aim, come on and give it all. These flames are only pushing me higher. I'm afraid because you know that I'm wrong. Faith tamed and now I'm walking on fire.
Live from the Indianapolis Race Park in Indianapolis, Indiana, this is the ARCA Dr. Pepper Series. We welcome you to the Rick Roll 175. The Rick Roll 175 is brought to you by Total NASCAR Survivor. Outwit, outplay, outlast. By this lap around car sport, trash talking at 200 miles per hour. By the Miller Lite NASCAR Cup Series, this isn't your ordinary Miss League. And by the Enfield Dirt Late Model Series, let's kick it in the dirt. It rained on Sunday night, and here we are on a Monday night getting ready to rock and roll in the ARCA Dr. Pepper Series. Hello, everybody. It's Alan Gonson here getting ready to go in the Rick Roll 175. Who names these races? Anyway, I am joined by my great co-hosts, Jack Roberts and Scott Miles. Hello, everybody. My name is Jack Roberts, and I'm Scott Miles. Welcome you here to the Indianapolis Race Park on a Monday night. It's going to be a fantastic race. Well, we can hope it's going to be a fantastic race. And we got more throwback schemes. On the pole, it's Max Morillo and his number 30 team as they throw it back to Casey King's 2010 July NASCAR Nationwide Series race paint scheme. And of course, we have way more throwbacks in the field, and let's go over some of them. Absolutely. And tonight's look at the paint scheme is brought to you by Twin Jaeger News. News brought to you the Jaeger way. Making his first race since Road America, it's Tristan Beazle and his number 81, Team Beazle Dodge. Of course, the team decided to surprise Beazle with a 2019 Coca-Cola 600 scheme, but not just any Coca-Cola 600 scheme from 2019. Martin Truex Jr.'s race-winning Coca-Cola 600 paint scheme from that year. Could tonight be the night Beazle carries on the legacy of the patriotic paint scheme sponsored by Bass Pro Shops. This paint scheme brings a smile to my face. Ethan Mazes and his number 12 Mazes Autosport Dodge team are back for their first race in a while. And to celebrate, they're breaking out a Mobil 1 paint scheme from the year 2000. The same paint scheme that Jeremy Mayfield drove to victory lane in Pocono after he bumped Dale Sr. How did Dale Sr. respond to Mayfield? He gave him the middle finger. Will Mazes score the win tonight in that awesome looking 2000 Mobil 1 paint scheme? Only time will tell. Fans from the 1990s will be happy to know that Ethan O'Connor and his number 27 team are throwing it back to Darrell Waltrip's 1990s Western Auto Chevrolet car. Of course, Darrell Waltrip won the 1992 Southern 500 with that paint scheme, and that would be the final win of his career. So Ethan O'Connor trying to channel his inner Waltrip and win his first ever race. Can he do it? And will the luck of the Waltrip be on his side in tonight's Rick Roll 175? IndyCar race fans have someone to cheer for in tonight's race. Carter Jones and Dollar General is reuniting in the ADPS, and to celebrate their reunion, they decided to throw it back to another driver who had a long-standing relationship with Dollar General. Sarah Fisher's 2009 IndyCar is what they are throwing it back to. So Carter Jones looking to score a win in a paint scheme honoring a legendary IndyCar driver. Could tonight be the night Carter Jones scores win number 2 in his ADPS career? For the first time since Watkins Glen, the number 20 car is back on the racetrack underneath new ownership in Ghost Motorsports. Alex Lee, driver owner of the team, is driving the number 20 car. He has a paint scheme that throws it back to Tony Stewart's 2005 NASCAR Cup Series championship winning race car. Could tonight be the night where a debut team scores the win in their debut race? Only time will tell on that front. There is no name synonymous with the world of motorsports quite like Andretti. You name it, they've raced it. Sprint cars, Indy cars, Formula One, stock cars. They've done it all, and tonight Trevor Dorr honors the Andretti name with his paint scheme, the RCA paint scheme that John Andretti drove in the late 90s. Tragically, John Andretti passed away in 2020 after a lengthy battle with cancer. Is tonight the night where Door parks it for Andretti? And that is going to do it for the pre-race show. We now take you trackside for the command to fire up the engines and get the Rickroll 175 underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
35 cars, word of life on pit road, and now it's time to go take a look at the starting lineup, brought to you by Contenders and Pretenders, where Tanner Campos separates the contenders from the pretenders. There's drama already starting. One car is sitting on pit road. We do not know which one it is, but this could have massive championship implications. Oh, that's not good, but here they come rolling into turn number 3 off turn number 4. So here we go, hoping that the Rickroll 175 is yet another ADPS banger. Well, here they come off turn 4. Pace cars in. Max Morrill and Gavin Grant will lead us to the green flag. Green flag's in the air and away we go! We're throwback racing in Indy! Here they come off on turn number 4. Gavin Grant's going to lead lap 1 of 175. 174 laps to go as they roll through turn number 1. Now they're headed for turn 2. Off turn 2 and down the backstretch, it's Gavin Grant with the race lead. Gavin Grant won 2 weeks ago at Richmond. He's trying to score his 3rd win, breaking a 2-way tie with Leland Fife. He rolls into turn 3, off turn 4. Across the stripe he goes. 173 laps to go. Gavin Grant leads the way. Gavin Grant is headed for turn 1 now. He rolls off into turn number 2. Off turn 2, down the backstretch, and then he'll head for turn 3 once again. He's got the race lead early on here on lap number 3 of 175. He's got 172 to go when he gets across the stripe. Across the stripe he'll go. 172 laps to go for Gavin Grant. Still a long way to go. Still anybody's race rolling through turns 1 and 2. It's Gavin Grant, Dontavius Young, Max Morrill, your top 3. There's KR sitting in 4th. Yeah, KR's having a really great run so far as they roll to turn 3 and the caution's out! Caution's out, they'll race off of turn 4. Dontavius Young's in the wall. Here comes Max Morrill to try and take advantage of that, but he will not be able to. Dontavius Young will hang on to second, and the top 10 looks like this. Gavin Grant leads. Dontavius Young second. Max Morrill third. KR's in 4th. We got PQ Guy in 5th. 6th goes to Quinn Yeager. 7th, Ian Stiles. Chris Black is 8th. 9th is Alan Mooch, and JD Bregler rounds out the top 10. So it's an early great run for Alan Mooch so far, and depending on who's on pit road that did not start the race, that could be huge championship implications and give Alan Mooch a massive points lead. Well, we are gonna find out what happened to bring out that caution, because I'm dying to find out myself. They roll off turn number 4. They'll be completing lap 5, this time by 170 some plus laps to go. Yeah, here they go, 172 to go. Let's see what brought out this first caution of the night. And here's what brought out the first caution of the night. Patrick Roden's in the wall, but watch the 38, the 97. They make contact, and Leland 5 sends Ash Ellington into the inside pit wall and sends her for a spin. Luckily, everybody else was able to avoid it. Wow. Talk about a tough night that just got a lot tougher for Ash Ellington. Yeah, she did not have a great starting spot. Here's a look at it again. There you see Roden up ahead. He's in the wall. Leland 5 gets all over the back bumper of Ash Ellington. There's the contact. Wait, did Ellington actually come down? I need to see that again because it looks like she might have came down and Leland 5 just didn't move up. It's possible, so let's look again. Okay, so here they are rolling into turn 3 here. Yeah, and then here they come rolling off turn 4. Roden's already in the wall. Yeah, it looks like Ellington came down on Leland and then just Leland was having none of it and decided to spin her out. Well, I mean, all's fair in love and racing, I guess. Here's the onboard from Dustin D's number 6 car. Yeah, Dustin D's driving that 2008 Eric McClure throwback scheme. Rest in peace, Eric McClure. And there's the spin. Yeah, into the wall and around she goes. Ooh, hard hit for Ash Ellington, but luckily she'll be able to keep driving. So it wasn't enough to take her out. Here's a look at it from our sky cam. Yeah, rolling off turn 4. There you see Patrick Roden up high. Oh yeah, Ash Ellington got loose, came down into Leland, and around she went. Yeah, that's just a tough night for Ash Ellington, just got a lot tougher. Caution number 1 on the night is out, as Ash Ellington slides up the racetrack. There you see Roden around the wall, but this is what brings out the first caution. Ash Ellington gets loose, into Leland 5, around he goes into the inside pit wall, takes a hard hit and goes for a spin. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those races.
We've been working really hard to get ready for the SRX race season, but we've also been working on SRX, the game.
I'm Alan Bestwick. This is SRX, the game.
Hey, you want to get fit and play games at the same time, you big ding-dong? Well, boy, do I got something for you. Wii Sports! In this epic game of fitness, you can get fit! Look at him playing that. Good job there, Bob. Look, it's time for baseball. Oh, he missed. Holy. Golf. Now, time for boxing. Remember to plug in the nunchuck. Wii Sports! Get it now!
Oh God. Oh, this is some hot Tuscan chicken pasta. I need something to drink. Oh my God. Look at this. Pazzo. It's backwards because it's an inner camera. We have terrible funding for this commercial. That's besides the point. Oh, I don't know how this got here. But man, giant peach. You know what? I think that's pretty good. I think I just want to... Yeah!
Oh, you thought the short track chaos was limited to just bringing out cautions, didn't you? You foolish child. Watch Ethan Mazes go for a spin. Yeah, there was contact between him and Ethan O'Connor coming off of turn 3, and then they rolled into turn 4. Mazes got loose off of 4, made contact with O'Connor, came down into Zach Stern. Zach Stern went up into the outside wall, and Ethan Mazes went for a spin. Here's a look at it from another angle. Watch the 27 car. Yeah, there's the contact between the 12 and 27. Then the 12 car gets loose off 4 into Zach Stern. Stern in the wall in front of O'Connor, and Mazes just goes for a spin. Yeah, tough break for that number 12 car. If it wasn't a long night, well, it just became a long night. And if it was a long night, well, it just got a lot longer for that number 12 car. So watch again from yet another angle. Here they go, rolling into turn 3. Off turn 4. O'Connor rides the wall. Mazes gets loose into O'Connor. Stern gets contact into the outside wall, and there's Mazes going for a spin. Yep. That's just unfortunate for Mazes. Makes his first race in a while, and then he has this happen to him. Ethan Mazes sitting well off the pace, eliminated from any title contention. After elimination, he's got 69 points. Well, here's a look at it from the sky cam. There's the Oh, it looks like there was some contact between him and the 27. Yeah, there was obviously contact between Mazes and the 27 car because he got loose into the 27. Well, either way, welcome back to the Rick Roll 175 here at the Indianapolis Race Park. It's Alan Gonson, Jack Roberts, and Scott Miles with you. I'm Jack Roberts, and we're getting ready to go back under the green here on lap number 10. Well, more like we'll be going back green on lap 10 of 175. And we do have an update on that race car that did not start the race. We are getting word that it was one of our championship leaders. We are unsure of which one it is. We will keep you posted and have more updates as they are available to us. Oh, buddy. You know what? I'm starting to think that it could be an electrical gremlin. Like, we had those heavy rains last night. The race got washed out. The water seeps into the electronic components of the engine, and it just causes the car not to start. Yeah, if there's water in those electricals, yeah, that would be a problem, and it would not let the car start. Well, either way, pace car is peeling onto pit road. Gavin Grant is going to lead us to the green flag, and it's going to fly right back through the air. Here on lap number 10, we're going to have 165 to go when we go back green. More like 166 to go. Let's get that right. Okay, well, apparently my math was off by 1 lap. They're fine. Green flag's back in the air! Green flag back in the air. They're headed back for turn 1. Gavin Grant's going to try and hold off Dontavius Young and Max Morial. Meanwhile, PQ in that 2021 Daytona 500 winning paint scheme driven by Michael McDowell is trying to take 3rd. He's trying to take 4th away from KR. Well, we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds. Looks like PQ is still battling for that spot. Here they come off of turn number 4. It's going to be Gavin Grant leading the way. Gavin Grant leads lap number 10, 165 to go now. Rolling into turn 1, off turn 2, it's still Gavin Grant with the lead. Gavin Grant has the lead for now, but he may not have it for long, because not far behind him, like a 1/10 of a second behind him, is Dontavius Young in that 2011 Brant throwback. Throwing it back once again. We're going to remind you that Dontavius Young's team is throwing it back to Justin Allgaier's Brant car from his 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series days at Turner Scott Motorsports. Yeah, that 37 car is absolutely rocking today. He's on a roll. He's on a mission. He heads for turn 3. Yeah, he's headed for turn 3. Turn 4 now. Off turn 4, here comes Gavin Grant holding on to the lead. Gavin Grant up to a 17/100ths of a second lead. Now it's down to 15/100ths. Yeah, still in the 1/10 of a second range. Meanwhile, battle for 3rd unfolds between Max Morial and PQ is trying to hold off Quinn Yeager. Yeah, meanwhile, this battle for the lead is what we're focusing on right now. Gavin Grant holding off Dontavius Young. We still have a long way to go in this one. Still a long way to go, rolling through turn 1. Now they roll off turn 2. Dontavius Young looks to the inside, nothing there. Gets back in line behind Gavin Grant. Gavin Grant wanted to take this moment to remind you, won at Richmond, and he is trying to score his unprecedented 3rd win on his ADPS career. Here they go. Nose to tail in lockstep formation. Now it's up to 2/10 of a second for Gavin Grant over Dontavius Young. Off turn 2 they go. Off turn number 2, headed for turn number 3. Gavin Grant continues to lead over Dontavius Young. Max Morial a distant 3rd, 1.05 seconds off. Then it's PQ 1.47 back, and then Gavin Grant rounds out the top 5, 1.7 back, side by side for the lead. Side by side for the lead. Here they come off turn 2. It's Dontavius Young trying to get to the inside of Gavin Grant. He's got the run. He holds him up on the outside. Can he take the lead? He's going to try and take the lead here in turn 3. He's got him cleared by a half car length off turn 4, but he's still there. Gavin Grant continues to battle back. He might lead this lap, and he barely will hang on to the lead for now. Gavin Grant barely hangs on to the lead there by 4/100ths of a second. If that was the finish, that would have been awesome. Well, here they come off turn 2 down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. Max Morial washes up the racetrack. He's into the outside wall. Here comes PQ Guy to take third away. And what a run for PQ Guy tonight. He's having a solid run, and he needs these kinds of runs to stay in the top 20. Yeah, meanwhile, now he's nose to tail with the top 2. What a run for PQ Guy. Yeah, PQ Guy battling back here, making a great run for it. Here he comes into turn 3, trying to take second away from Dontavius Young. Off turn 4. Off turn 4 they go. Gavin Grant's in the wall. That lets Dontavius Young take the lead. New leader, it's Dontavius Young. Now we're going to watch Gavin Grant see if PQ Guy can get around him. Here comes Max Morial. He's trying to battle back, and Max Morial's back in the wall. Max Morial back into the wall on the backstretch. They head for turn 3. Rolling off into turn 3 and off turn 4. Here comes Dontavius Young. He's got the lead here on lap 19 of 175. Across the strap, that'll be 19 laps complete. We still got 156 laps to go here in this race. The Rickroll 175 down the backstretch. They go into turn 3. It's still Dontavius Young with the lead. Dontavius Young has the lead. Here they come, rolling off into turn 3 and off 4. Gavin Grant can't catch Dontavius Young. Dontavius Young across the stripe. 155 to go. 155 laps remain here in the Rickroll 175. Off turn number 2, down the backstretch. There you see them all nose to tail. And there's Quinn Yeager sitting in 5th. Quinn Yeager driving the 1967 Richard Petty throwback. Yeah, he was involved in a wreck that got him stuck on the inside pit wall back in Nashville, and he's trying to recover from that. Of course, we also got to point out Quinn Yeager did win at California, so he's trying to score his second win in his ADPS career. Yeah, the Secret Motorsports driver-owner is still having a solid night so far. He's up to P4 right now. Max Morial, meanwhile, caught in the crossfires of last week's winner, Ian Stiles. Ian Stiles won at Nashville. He's trying to go back-to-back and become our first driver to go back-to-back ever in terms of the win count. Yeah, no driver's been able to do that. PQ washed up the racetrack. That's going to let Quinn Yeager catch him on the inside. Here they go, side by side. That is for P3. Quinn Yeager looks to the inside. PQ Guy throws the block. Now PQ Guy is forced to the outside line. Max Morial and Ian Stiles watch on. Side by side for third. Still a hot battle for third. Lap 23. Now lap 24 on the board. Quinn Yeager goes to the inside of PQ. They're off turn 2. PQ Guy hangs on to third for now, but maybe not for long because Quinn Yeager is able to hold him up on the outside. He's still there. He's got the preferred line, Quinn Yeager does. And PQ Guy's in the wall! PQ Guy into the wall. That's going to let Quinn Yeager take third away. Now it's all eyes on Gavin Grant and Dontavius Young as they battle for the lead. Quinn Yeager has third. Dontavius Young trying to check out. Here they come off turn 2. Off turn number 2 they go. Nose to tail. Gavin Grant checking out to a 7/10 of a second lead. He rolls into turn number 3. Off turn number 4. And Dontavius Young continues to lead. We'll have 150 to go. Oh, there's smoke on the front stretch. Not entirely sure where that came from. And I don't think we're going to be able to get a replay of that because it did not bring out a caution. Well, that's unfortunate. I wanted to see what happened. Oh, they're going to catch Evan Toddy here. Yeah, they have caught Evan Toddy. Evan Toddy, the last car on the lead lap, driving that 2011 Paul Menard Brickyard 400 race-winning paint scheme. Here they come back to turn 1. Back to turn 1 they go. James O'Maki in the 88 M&M's car, throwing it back to Kyle Busch's 2015 championship-winning paint scheme. O'Maki looks like he's going to go on to pit road. O'Maki to pit road. That's going to let Evan Toddy and Dontavius Young, Gavin Grant, and the rest of the field go right by. Yeah, tough break for James O'Maki having to go down to pit road. Now it's all eyes on Dontavius Young to see if he can catch Evan Toddy in that 25 car. Oh man, Evan Toddy had a great run going in Nashville last week. Dominated the race, led 84 laps, and then fell to 4th when it was all said and done. Ian Stiles pulled off the upset win. Yeah, it was a really fun race at Nashville. The final 30 laps went caution-free, too. Yeah, it was 11 cautions, though. Not exactly the best race in terms of our caution count. Yeah, it was a record-shattering 11 cautions, might I add. Meanwhile, Gavin Grant's still trying to catch Dontavius Young, and he's doing a great job of that. Yeah, he's caught him, trying to pass him here. But he can't quite get him, find a way around him off turn 4. They'll stay nose to tail. Quinn Yeager, 1.8 seconds behind, now down to 1.24 seconds behind. It's a 0.2 of a second lead for Gavin Grant off turn 2. Here they come off turn number 2, down the backstretch, headed for turn number 3. Still no need to pass Evan Toddy yet. Dontavius Young has not caught him either. Here they come off of turn 3 and 4, and that's going to be Dontavius Young leading the way here on lap number 30. Yeah, 145 to go here in the Rick Roll 175. That I was trying to think of it. And down the backstretch they go, hit for turn 3. Dontavius Young continues to lead by 0.4 of a second over Gavin Grant. Gavin Grant trying to find a way to catch up to Dontavius Young. Maybe he's waiting for him to make a mistake, but off turn 4, Dontavius Young hangs on to the lead. We now have a lap 32 on the board, and we're rolling away into turn number 2. Off turn number 2 they go. It's Dontavius Young hanging on to the lead. He's trying to catch Evan Toddy, put him a lap down as the caution lights flash. As the caution lights flash for the second time tonight. Caution's out, second time tonight. Dontavius Young is going to come back across the stripe as the race leader. Evan Toddy's going to hang on to his lead lap position, and look out what's going on here. Oh, buddy, Evan Toddy got held up, but he will stay on the lead lap because he was ahead of Dontavius Young at the point when they got across the stripe. So a lucky break for Evan Toddy there. Oh, there's damage to Ryan Smith's car. Yeah, there's a lot of damaged race cars here, and they're all ducking on the pit road. Yeah, they're ducking on the pit road, all right. There's Ian Stiles. There's Ryan Smith. We're going to see if anyone stays out. Max Morrill's ducking on the pit road as they continue to work their way around. There's Alan Moose. Whoa, what happened to him? Oh, that's not good news for him. That is definitely not good news for the number 9 team. Yeah, it looks like they got involved in this wreck here. Oh, that's going to be an unfortunate sign of things to come. There's Alan Mitchell in pit road. They're putting 4 tires on the car. Yeah, you might as well take the time to repair it if there's a lot of damage to that number 9. Yeah, here's Dontavius Young. Looks like he's going to be, look, and pit road is busy. There you see Max Morrill, Gavin Grant, and Dontavius Young. They're going to try to maintain their positions here. Yeah, let's see how this goes. 4 tires in field for all 3 of them. Dontavius Young is going to be the first one out. So Dontavius Young wins the race off of pit road, followed by Gavin Grant. Then it'll probably be Max Morrill. If there are any lead lap cars that stayed out, we will let you know when we get a chance to find out. Well, here they come off of turn number 3. That's Dontavius Young, who's going to try and catch up to the pace car. I think he'll maintain the race lead for now. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm dying to find out what brought out caution number 2 on the night. Well, in fact, let's go find out what brought out caution number 2 on the night. Because there's Dontavius Young, there's Gavin Grant, first 2 off pit road. Yeah, they line up behind the pace car, so here is what brought out caution number 2 on the night here in the Rick Roll 175. And here's what brought out caution number 2. There's Alan Mooch in the number 9. Trying to get by PQ in the number 34. They make contact. Mooch and PQ into the wall. Here comes Colin Dover into KR. Alan Mooch up and over, going for 2 flips in a row. It's a do-a-barrel roll type moment for Alan Mooch as he goes for a wild ride here in Indy. Oh man, tough break for Alan Mooch. Yeah, watch it again. Here's a look at it from another angle. PQ in the wall. Mooch tries to make it 3 wide, and he tries to go through the middle, but he doesn't quite clear PQ. In fact, pitches PQ up into the wall. Colin Dover into KR into Alan Mooch, and that's what sends him up and over. Yeah, and PQ took a spin, and it's all kinds of a logjam here. Dylan Jones got a piece of it, and I think Justin Ricci also got a piece of it as well. Yeah, you got multiple damaged race cars here. Yeah, look again from this angle, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Watch here. There's the 3-wide racing. Mooch trying to clear PQ guy. JD Bregler's on the inside. Plenty of room between Mooch and Bregler. Then there's the contact from Colin Dover. Chris Black got a piece of it. Dylan Jones, Justin Ricci, Tanner Campos, Ryan Smith, Zach Stern it looks like as well. Yeah, big time log jam on the front stretch. Headed for turn 1. We're going to go on board with the 47 of KR for this one. Now watch what happens. Here's the spin. There's the 3-wide, I should say. Then off of turn 4, there's the contact. And then into the wall goes Mooch, and PQ Guy. Up and over goes Mooch. Around goes KR. Yeah, there. Oh, wow. He came close to becoming snack food for that wreck. Well, he was snack food for that wreck. Yeah, my bad. Watch again from our sky cam. Yeah, there they go. 3 wide racing. Mooch comes close to PQ Guy, then he goes to the inside. At that point, there's plenty of room, but Mooch washes up the racetrack like he got loose or something. Then it's into KR, Collins over into KR, Chris Black, up and over goes Alan Mooch. PQ goes for a spin, and then Ryan Smith, Trevor Dorr also pile into it. Yeah, but they weren't done after that, because they stacked up on the front stretch again. So, caution number 2 on the night is out. PQ Guy rides the wall. Alan Mooch tries to make it 3 wide down the middle, splitting both him and Regular. PQ Guy and Regular, I should say. It doesn't work. Over into KR. PQ Guy up and over goes Alan Mooch, and of course it caused a big time stack up. We'll be back with more right after these messages. These drivers are not learning.
I challenge you to a duel. A duel of the HS.
Plato mini golf?
Yes.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
They touch again. They exchange paint.
These two want it so bad.
But I bet you won't see this one coming.
Oh!
You know, I used to suck at holding footballs. I just couldn't get a good grip on them. Well now, thanks to my Franklin Grip Right football, I can hold footballs with ease. Look, I can hold it like this, I can hold it like this. Oh, I nearly dropped it. I can hold it like this, I can do this, and I can do this, and I'm sure that's not gonna cause $1 million in collateral damage, right? Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Hey guys, I own a store on a shelf, and we're gonna be doing a commercial. We sell Baba bobbleheads, Dale Jr. diecast, another Dale Jr. diecast, Baby Yoda toy, Pokeball, and a bunch of weird stuff. So come on down to go to my store on a shelf.
Welcome back to the Rickroll 175 here at Indianapolis Race Park. Alan Gonson, Jack Roberts, and Scott Miles here in the booth with you. I'm Scott Miles, and we have an update from pit road, so let's go to Tyler Skaggs, who's on pit road with that update. Tyler? And good day, mates. Tyler Skaggs here with an update from pit road. We were able to find out which car did not start the race. Nate Wines, the points leader, and his 21 team were not able to start the race because all the electrical components had water seeping into them. Of course, Nate Wines screaming bloody murder at his team because they took their sweet time getting the car back to the garage. And now I'll take it back to you guys, and I'll continue to update the story as it goes along. That's unfortunate. Nate Wines was having a great season, and now he's gonna lose that points lead to Alan Mooch. Not so fast. Alan Mooch did retire from that wreck, so Nate Wines will be able to maintain his points lead. But the question is, how many more drivers are going to be able to get into this championship fight? Well, we're about to find out here on lap 37. Green flag's gonna fly right back through the air. Green flag's back in the air, and there goes Don Davis Young trying to hold the lead on Tanner Campos. Well, here they go. Tanner Campos gets one of his laps back, or he could be tailing to the lead lap. I'm not sure, but down the backstretch they go. Tanner Campos has the lead, headed for turn 3. They roll into turn number 3, headed for turn number 4. It's Dontavius Young leading over Gavin Grant, Max Morreal. There's Ricci, he's a lap down. Trevor Dorr's a lap down. And Tanner Campos trying to hang on to whatever semblance of a lead lap he might have. Tanner Campos trying to hold off Dontavius Young. Here's Dontavius Young down the backstretch. Dylan Jones coming on and off the pit lane. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days for him as Dontavius Young, and Gavin Grant going to pit road. Max Morrill in the wall. He's going to take the lead. Max Morrill will take the lead here. Across the stripe he goes. Max Morrill leads his first lap of the night. And he's got Quinn Yeager on his tail as he heads off of turn number 2. How long is Max Morrill going to lead? We're getting word that he's probably going to pit road this time. Bye. And here's Max Morrill ducking onto the pit lane. New leader, Quinn Yeager. Yeah, there's Quinn Yeager and his number 29 team. Rocking that 1967 Richard Petty throwback. Here they go off of turn 4. Across the stripe they go. Quinn Yeager, he's got the lead. Back to 1 he goes. Back to turn number 1. It's Quinn Yeager leading over Max Morrill, J.D. Brangler, Colin Dover, KR, 37 Dontavious Young, Gavin Grant, Ian Stiles, Caleb Marinelli, and Tanner Campos in 10th. Tanner Campos is 10th, and looks like he'll be the last car on the lead lap at this point of the race. 41 laps on the board, 40 down, 135 to go here in the Rick Roll 175. Now you see Tanner Campos is 6th, last car on the lead lap. Everyone from 7th on back is the lap down. Dylan Jones back onto the pit road. Rolling off of turn number 4, that is Quinn Yeager. He continues to lead the way. Lap 43 on the board, James Omaki in the wall. Yeah, James, you can see it on the back behind Quinn Yeager that James Omaki just hit the wall hard. But he was able to save the car, straighten it out, and he'll keep going. Absolutely. Off of headed for turn 3. Rolling into turn 3. Off turn 4. It's Quinn Yeager. He continues to lead the way here in the Rick Roll 175. Headed back for turn 1, and Quinn Yeager trying to lap Tanner Campos as the top 3 are now all on the lead lap. Yeah, and only 3 cars are on the lead lap because Quinn Yeager has not yet pitted. Yeah, you gotta wonder if pit strategy is gonna play a factor into who wins this race. Here they come off of turn number 2. Off of turn 4, I should say, and completing lap 44. We're gonna have 131 to go now we're gonna have 130 to go when we get back across the stripe. Here they come down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. That is Dylan Jones once again headed for pit lane. Here they come off of turn number 3, rolling off of turn 4. It's gonna be Quinn Yeager still trying to lap Tanner Campos. Yeah, and in front of Tanner Campos, you have the 55 of Brandon Allen and the 86 of Ian Stiles. Ian Stiles being last week's winner in Nashville. Yeah, he won that race after passing Evan Toddy with 7 laps to go, pulling off the upset win, climbing up the standings to like 33rd, I believe. Well, he's about to have another solid night here, so he's not having a good night, I should say. He's not having a good night, but it is a night where he is able to complete laps and continue to log in seat time. Absolutely a great run for Ian Stiles lately. He has a streak of 3 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and a win. Yeah, here they come off of turn number 4. Coming across the stripe, that's Quinn Yeager, who continues to lead over Colin Dover by 6.45 seconds as he continues to try and dog Tanner Campos to put him a lap down. Tanner Campos telling his team to try and get him away from the 29 car. Now they're going to try and put Brandon Allen between himself and Quinn Yeager. Yeah, Tanner Campos, he is trying. That 00 team, they're trying to keep their lead lap here. And I think he might be able to do it if he can get by Brandon Allen. Maybe not because Quinn Yeager is staying in the tire tracks of the 00. Here they come across the back stretch, headed for turn 3. Headed for turn number 3. Now they roll into turn 4. Tanner Campos has cleared Brandon Allen, but so has Quinn Yeager, much to their dismay. Off of turn 4, across the track they go. Quinn Yeager continues to lead. We're going to have 125 to go when we get back across the stripe. Back around the stripe they go. Back around the Indy race park they go. 106, 130, 126 to go. Right now, here they come across the stripe. Tanner Campos rides along the wall. That should let Quinn Yeager catch right up to him, put him a lap down. 125 to go here in the Rick Roll 175. And Tanner Campos has fallen a lap down now, but he's fighting back on the outside. Off turn 2, down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. It's Tanner Campos as he hangs on to the lead lap over Colin Dover. Yeah, and he's got a 22.36 second lead over Tanner Campos, Quinn Yeager does. And he's got an 8.13 second lead, and it's only growing from here. Tanner Campos hanging on to the lead lap, and Quinn Yeager is amounting a giant lead. Yeah, he's got it up to an 8.93 second lead. Here they go back to turn 3. Quinn Yeager rides along the wall. Yeah, Quinn Yeager's riding along the wall. That's going to let That's going to let Tanner Campos get away. Tanner Campos cannot shake off Quinn Yeager, but that wall ride from Yeager might have given Campos a little bit of breathing room. Yeah, but how much breathing room does he need to get away to say that he'll have a comfortable gap over Quinn Yeager and maintain that lead lap? Because it's not a big gap between Campos and Yeager. He'll need to put a car between himself and the 29 to get away from that 29 car. Yeah, Quinn Yeager looking like he's got the car to beat tonight. Here they go down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. Headed for turn number 3 once again. Tanner Campos barely hanging on to the lead lap as Colin Dover is 10.64 seconds behind Quinn Yeager, who leads the way. Yeah, Quinn Yeager putting on a very solid race right now. Here they come off of turn number 2, rolling down the backstretch off turn 2. And back to 3 they go. Quinn Yeager trying to put Campos a lap down. Yeah, and there you see the 45 of Trevor Noor ahead of Tanner Campos. Campos is going to try and put Trevor Noor between himself and the 29 of Yeager, and hopefully he'll use that as a bumper to get away from the 29. Yeah, and then you see KR ahead of him. KR was actually having a pretty solid night early on. Not sure what happened to him after that wreck, where we saw Alan Mooch go flipping a couple of times. Yeah, off turn 4, Tanner Campos has no breathing room now. Quinn Yeager is there. Quinn Yeager is there. Lap 57 on the board. Here they go back to turn number 1. And then they'll roll through turn number 2. Off turn 2 down the backstretch. Tanner Campos barely hanging on to the lead lap. Quinn Yeager's not making Campos, the life of Tanner Campos, easy here on the racetrack. He forces Campos to the outside. He's there. Can he put him a lap down? Trevor Door's in the wall. Campos barely hangs on to the lead lap. It's a 22.31 second gap between Campos and Yeager. Off turn 2 they go. Off turn number 2, down the backstretch they go. Tanner Campos able to get a run off 2 and get away from Quinn Yeager, but I don't think it's going to last unless he gets by the 45 of Trevor Door. Well, they're rolling off of turn 4 right now. Brandon Allen watching the two lead lap cars battle. Campos trying to stay on the lead lap. Quinn Yeager trying to put him a lap down. We have never seen this in ADPS history where one driver absolutely puts the entire field a lap down, so it could happen tonight. Here they go off of turn number 3, into turn 3. Now they roll off of turn 4. Quinn Yeager continues to lead. Quinn Yeager hangs on to the lead. Now he rolls across the stripe. Lap 60 is on the board. Lap number 60 on the board. We're going to have 136 to go, I should say. No, it's going to be 116 to go. And they head down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. Quinn Yeager pulls off down the pit lane. He's got a 13.45 second lead over Colin Dover, making that a 13.84 second lead. Let's see how big that gap is going to be over Colin Dover when Dover gets across the stripe. Well, we're waiting to find out. Here's Colin Dover as right behind him is Alex Lee, who is multiple laps down. Like, I would say 2 or 3 laps down. Here's Dover across the stripe. Quinn Yeager leads the lap. And Colin Dover will be 2.29 seconds behind. So Colin Dover will take the lead away next lap around. Yeah, Tanner Campos is 10.46 seconds behind Quinn Yeager now. Rolling off of turn 4. Here comes Colin Dover in that Richard Petty STP throwback car. Yeah, one of the first iterations of the STP car that NASCAR had ever seen. And now Colin Dover leads by 0.8 of a second, it looks like, over Quinn Yeager. But it won't be that way for long. There's Tanner Campos up to second now. And Colin Dover is now having to deal with the lap car of Alex Lee. Alex Lee's 2005 Tony Stewart throwback car dives to the inside of Colin Dover. He goes back to get one of his laps back. Let's see what Colin Dover can do. Colin Dover looks to the outside. Can't quite make the pass. And Alex Lee hangs on to whatever semblance of laps he has. Yeah, he's probably going to be like 2 laps down now. Colin Dover goes to the outside, trying to find a way around Alex Lee, but he cannot get a run. Alex Lee maintains the small gap over the 78 car. Alex Lee having himself a pretty solid night so far as he's still logging laps and still getting seat time in that number 20 car. Here they go for turn number 3. Colin Dover has a 6.96 second lead over Tanner Campos, and he's only trying to grow it from here. As 8 cars are on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, Dustin Dietz and his number 8 car. And his number 6 car, I should say. Yeah, top 10 reads like this. Colin Dover, Tanner Campos, Ethan Mazes, Dontavius Young, Patrick Roden, Max Morrill, JD Bregler, Dustin Dietz, Caleb Marinelli, and then it's the 86 of Ian Stiles rounding out the top 10. Alex Lee in the wall. Alex Lee in the wall. That lets Colin Dover get right by him, put him another lap down. So if he was 2 laps down, he's 3 laps down now. One thing's for certain, he is multiple laps down. Off of turn 2, they go side by side. Colin Dover's going to get a runoff too, as Alex Lee brushes up against the wall, headed for turn 3. Headed for turn 3, Colin Dover has the lead, as we have completed lap number 66 of 175. Lap 67 is now on the board. Lap 67 on the board. Here they come off of turn number 1, rolling into turn number 2. It's still a 6-second lead for Colin Dover over Tanner Campos. Yeah, Tanner Campos trying to do whatever he can. Oh, wow, it's actually shrunk. He's got it down to a 5.55 second lead. Tanner Campos eating into whatever lead that Colin Dover built up. Let's see how much of a gap is going to be between Campos and Dover as he crosses the stripe. There's Tanner Campos crossing the stripe. It's down to 5.21 seconds. Yeah, Tanner Campos eating into that lead. Here they come off of turn 2. There's Colin Dover, and he's still trying to deal with Alex Lee. Alex Lee was able to get around him and put himself at least 2 laps down here. As he rolls off 4, Colin Dover continues to lead. That was Zach Stern hitting the wall. Zach Stern hit the wall off of 4, but he's able to keep going. So it's only minor damage. It's down to a 4.6 second lead. Oh boy, that's gonna be intense drama. There's Ian Stiles sitting 9th. He's the first car 1 lap down. There's Tanner Campos, and we continue to watch on. Yeah, we're gonna have 70 laps on the board. Lap 70 is on the board. We got 106 laps to go this time around. Well, here we go. 70 laps down, 70 laps down, 105 to go. We're gonna step aside for a quick break. Come right back, but you won't miss a thing. It's ADPS side by side.
Man, am I thirsty. I could go for a nice, refreshing soda right now, and oh, hey, how convenient. There's a Dr. Pepper right here with my name on it. I don't know how I got here, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. I'm gonna drink it. Ooh. 23 unique flavors in here. Wow, I am refreshed as ever, and I'm ready to get back to... Oh, hold on. Hello? You're who? Bob Jakowski. I don't know anyone named Bob Jakowski. You have a message for me. Okay, what's your message? Wait, what? Oh, no. No, don't say the line. Don't say the line. No!
What a hard day of school, man. If only there was just something, like some kind of sweet treat for me to snack on. Oh boy, let's see. Some berries, nah. Bunch of weird greens, water, too basic. Oh boy, would you look at that? An untouched peanut butter shake from Dairy Queen. Like, it's just sitting in its lonesome self. I think I'm gonna drink it. That's the spoon.
Man, doing all this work is very thirst-provoking. If only I had a beverage. Man, if only I had a beverage. Oh yeah, epic.
Here you go. Here's a nice refreshing Pepsi.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
Refreshing. Pepsi, get it now!
75 laps down here in the Rickroll 175, 100 laps to go. Alan Gunson, Jack Roberts, and Scott Miles here in the booth with you. I'm Jack Roberts, and right now Colin Dover continues to lead over Tanner Campos, but that lead has been shrinking ever so quickly. It's down to 2.74 seconds as Colin Dover is navigating his way through lap traffic. Tanner Campos is there, off of turn 4, 99 laps to go for Colin Dover. Ash Ellington, Ian Stiles there, both trying to get a lap back. Ian Stiles trying to get back on the lead lap. Ian Stiles 8th, first car 1 lap down. Caleb Marinelli is 9th, and then Quinn Yeager back in 10th. And here they come, rolling off of turn 4. 98 laps to go. It's going to be Colin Dover leading the way still. He heads for turn number 1. Back to turn 1 they go. There's a side-by-side battle between Ash Ellington and Ian Stiles, but that is not for position. Ian Stiles is 1 lap down as opposed to Ash Ellington, who is at least 2 laps down. They head back for turn 3. Now they roll off turn 4, and Colin Dover hangs on to the lead. Yeah, he's got it back up to a 2.64 second lead over Tanner Campos, but that might not last long. Here he goes back to turn 1. Yeah, as long as he stays ahead of the lap traffic, I think Colin Dover will be able to maintain this 2.6 second lead he has. But here comes Ian Stiles looking for the lead lap again. Ian Stiles trying to find his way back onto the lead lap, but he is going to be able to continue his top 10 streak. He's got a streak of 3 top 10s in a row. Now he's looking for 4. Yeah, he's going for his 4th straight top 10 run. He heads to the inside of Colin Dover in turn 1. They're side by side. Ian Stiles can't make the pass. Off turn 2 they go. Yeah, Ian Stiles is going to get back in line behind Colin Dover. Wait for him to make a mistake. Ash Ellington washes up the racetrack. She's on the outside lane. Ian Stiles, though, stays in line with Colin Dover, trying to set up a pass. He looks to the inside now. Yeah, here they come. We got 95 to go. No, we have, we have 95 to go this time, guys. We've completed 80 laps. 80 laps down, 90 to go. Here they go, headed for turn 3, side by side. That is Ian Stiles trying to get back on the lead lap. Here comes Ian Stiles off 4. He's got the run. Colin Dover does as well. They're side by side, and I think Ian Stiles did not get his lead lap back, but here he comes again. He hangs it on the inside, hanging tough with Colin Dover, staying with him. They're side by side, headed off to turn 3. They roll into turn 3, off turn number 4. Colin Dover in the wall. That's going to let Ian Stiles get his lap back. Ash Ellington into the back bumper. She slides to the inside. She saves it. What a save by Ash Ellington. Here comes Zach Stern. Here comes Caleb Marinelli and Quinn Yeager. Now Quinn Yeager's back. Colin Dover's back in the wall. That's going to let Quinn Yeager and Caleb Marinelli get their lap back. No, Caleb Marinelli did not get his lap back. He dives to the inside. Now he's got it back. Quinn Yeager's up to 9th now. 10 cars on the lead lap. Yeah, and a lot more could be coming. Here's Patrick Roden. There's Baron Poole. And here comes Tanner Campos. He's there. Tanner Campos is there. He's caught him. After Colin Dover hit the wall, Campos is now looking for the lead. Tanner Campos driving the same scheme that he raced in the 2021 NASCAR Amino Slinger Nationals way back in July. Here they come rolling into turn 4. And across the stripe, Colin Dover, hangs on to the lead. Yeah, but now he's got the lap car of Carter Jones between himself and Tanner Campos, so there's a little bit of breathing room for that 78 car. But how long is that going to last? Tanner Campos trying to set up the pass. Can't quite do it. Carter Jones trying to get back on the lead lap. Yeah, Carter Jones looking inside. He's got the position. He's got one of his laps back, and here's Tanner Campos taking the lead. New leader here at Indianapolis Race Park. It's Tanner Campos driving his 2021 NASCAR Amino Slinger Nationals paint scheme. Colin Dover back in the wall. Here comes Ethan Mazda trying to take 3rd. Yeah, and there you can see as we go through the leaderboard, everyone from 11th on back is a lap down. Yeah, Carter Jones he is now 1 lap down. Now he's got to deal with Carter Jones, and here's Demo Redneck looking to try and get one of his laps back. Top 10 hole on the lead lap, 11th on back, at least 1 lap down, and they head back for turn 3. Yeah, they're headed back for turn 3. Campos continues to hang on and lead this race. Yeah, here he comes off turn 4. Across the stripe he goes. Lap 88 is on the board, and we're working our way to lap 90. Yeah, we're going to have 85 to go when we get across the stripe to complete lap 90 and begin lap 91, so we're about 3 laps away from that. Yeah, we have well past halfway point here in this race. So this race is now official, so whatever happens now is going to happen. Yeah, still an unfortunate break for Nate Wines and Alan Mooch. The top 2 in points wrecked out. No, Nate Wines didn't even start the race, and he'll be credited with a 35th place finish, and he'll get 5 points. And that's just for qualifying. Meanwhile, Alan Mooch wrecks out. He's only getting 5 points for his efforts tonight. Yeah, that's also because he wrecked out and had 2 flips in the process. Dylan Jones back on pit road. There's Tanner Campos as he continues to lead over Colin Dover, and he's stretching it out to a lead. Yeah, he's got a 2.77 second lead, it looks like, or 2.37 second lead, maybe. But there's Colin Dover way behind Tanner Campos. Yeah, Colin Dover brushed up against the wall, and Tanner Campos took advantage of that and took the lead away from Colin Dover. Speaking of, it was mistakes like that that costed him the lead as James Omaki goes right by Colin Dover. Yeah, that's a tough break for Colin Dover there. He was leading this race, and now he's And now he's down to now he's behind Tanner Campos by 3.5 seconds. And of course, Caleb Marinelli is 22.08 seconds back. There's Demo Redneck. As we follow him around, he's at least one lap down, trying to get back Tanner Campos to get at least one of his laps back. Not sure how many laps down he is. Yeah, the leaderboard showed us, but I didn't quite see it. I wasn't quite paying attention to where Demo Redneck was. Here they come off of turn number 3, headed for turn 3 though. Headed for turn number 3, Carter Jones is about to fall another lap down. There's Caleb Marinelli, tail into the lead lap, trying to put as many lap cars between himself and Tanner Campos as he can. And there's only one between them now. It's Carter Jones. Well, he's got Baron Poole to his outside. Baron Poole driving the 2013 BK Racing scheme that Travis Quapple drove that year. Carter Jones up the racetrack in his 2009 Sarah Fisher IndyCar throwback. Tanner Campos is there. He looks to the inside, trying to put Carter Jones a lap down. Gets back in line, has a 4.41 second lead over Colin Dover. He heads back for turn 1. He rolls into turn 1 off turn number 2. He's got Carter Jones a lap down. And now he rolls right by Carter Jones, and Devil Redneck follows suit. That could be for position right there, but I'm not entirely sure, as the leaderboard's kind of flashed of where these two drivers are. There's Carter Jones, there's Tanner Campos, and now he's got Caleb Marinelli to his inside. Oh, Hot Paceco, what are you doing here? Well, I'm not sure. Just sitting there and waiting for it to do his job. Dylan Jones back on the racetrack. And as quickly as I say that, he ducks back onto the pit lane. Tanner Campos continues to lead. Lap 95 is on the board. Yeah, we now have 80 laps to go when we get across the shot. Tanner Campos leads the way over Colin Dover, Dontavius Young, Ethan Moses, Max Morrill, Dustin Dietz, Quinn Yeager, Ian Stiles, and Caleb Marinelli, the last car on the lead lap. Yeah, Caleb Marinelli in that 2006 Jeff Gordon Pepsi throwback car. Kind of stalled there because I was trying to remember which car it was. Yeah, I did it right the first time. Oh, they're 3 wide, and Tanner Campos clears them both. Caleb Marinelli's a lap down, headed for turn 1. Yeah, Caleb Marinelli is a lap down, and now it's Ian Stiles on the tail end of the lead lap. Remember, Ian Stiles is going for his 4th straight top 10 finish. Yeah, Ian Stiles is really having a great night right now as he's battled back from it. There's Tanner Campos as he rolls off and completes lap 97 right now, working lap 98. Yeah, we're gonna have 75 to go in just a couple of laps, 3 of them to be specific. And here's Baron Poole trying to hold off Tanner Campos. Yeah, well, Ian Stiles has a lot of cars between himself and has a lot of ground between himself and Campos. So Campos it's gonna be quite a while before Campos actually catches Ian Stiles and puts him a lap down. Well, here they go rolling off of turn number 2, headed for turn number 3. That is Tanner Campos still trying to catch Baron Poole, put him another lap down. Ash Ellington's in front of them. He's gonna try and put her a lap down. And meanwhile, Baron Poole's trying to pass Ellington for what I believe is position. Baron Poole's going to try and pass Ash Ellington here. Baron Poole won at Dover, being our 10th different winner in 11 races. Yeah, well, here they come off of turn number 2, down the backstretch, headed for turn 3, and Tanner Campos continues to lead the way. Tanner Campos continues to lead the way in his 2021 NASCAR Mino Slingers throwback car off turn number 2. Down across the track they go, and now it's 101 laps on the board. We have 75 to go. 75 laps remain here in the Rick Roll 175. Here they come down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. They head for turn 3. Campos goes to the outside, way outside, and that could open the door for Colin Dover to take the lead back if he's not careful. And he's off turn 4, and he maintains, keeping Demo Redneck and Carter Jones behind him for now. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to last long. Baron Poole is the next target on his hit list as he tries to get by him. Tanner Campos looks to the inside. He ducks the pit road. Tanner Campos ducks the pit road. Here comes Colin Dover. He's going to try and take the lead. There's Colin Dover in that 78 car. They head for turn 3. He heads for turn 3. It's right in front of Justin Ricci. Ricci brushes up against the wall. Here's Moses. He makes contact. He's in the wall. And that's going to cost Moses big time. Colin Dover back to the lead. Yeah, well, how far behind is Moses going to be? He's in 5th now, 1.58 seconds behind. And now it's Dontavius Young, 1.15 behind Colin Dover. Dontavius Young led earlier in the race. Now he's trying to get the lead back. Here comes Dontavius Young. He's got 2 lap cars between himself and Colin Dover. Can he get by them both? Yeah, Tanner Campbell's coming off the pit lane. Here's Justin Ricci to the inside of Colin Dover, trying to get one of his laps back. Let's see if he can do it. He goes to the inside, but Colin Dover throws the block. Here comes Dontavious Young. He stays in line with Dover, Ricci, and Dorr. Colin Dover leads the way here on lap 104. When we get across the stripe, there will be 71 laps to go here in the Rick Roll 175. And there it goes. 71 to go. 71 laps remain. Trevor Dorr goes to the outside. He brushes up against the wall, rides the wall, and that's going to let Dontavious Young and Max Morrill go right by him. Now the top three are nose of Justin Ricci separating themselves. And J.D. Bragler's having a great run. He's in fourth. And J.D. Bragler's going to try and get into this lead battle. Oh, contact between Dorr and Bragler. Back to turn one they go. Meanwhile, Dontavious Young's trying to find a way around Justin Ricci and make sure that he's the only car that has a shot at passing Colin Dover for the race lead. Here we go. With 70 to go, Colin Dover ducks onto the pit lane. That gives the lead to Trevor Dorr. Trevor Dorr has the lead. Off turn number 2 they go. Rolling off turn 4, I should say. Here they come across the stripe. Miles is on pit road. Now it's Bragler in third. J.D. Bragler in that 2008 Interstate Batteries ARCA throwback scheme. Now, I don't remember the driver's name of who drove that car that year, but I do know it's an ARCA scheme from 2008. I did my research. Well, here they come off of turn number 3. Max Morrill in that 2010 Casey Kane McCafe throwback car from the July Daytona race that year. He heads up across the stripe, and now look at everyone from 12th on back. Everyone from 10th on back is lapped down. Colin Dover's there. Now it's Allison Rose in 10th. Allison Rose has not had a season to remember. She is way past eliminated from title contention, but she is having a good run tonight, and a good run like that could really wash away the pain of a bad season. Absolutely. Here comes Dontavious Young. He's got Max Morrill and J.D. Bragler to deal with. He looks to the inside. Yeah, Dontavious Young has the lead, but how long is that going to last before he has to duck on the pit road? He'll bypass the pit lane this time. And there's Colin Dover and J.D. Bragler. It's Max Morrill and J.D. Bragler. Yeah, Max Morrill, J.D. Bragler. Bragler looks to the inside. He wants to take second away, but he can't quite do it. Yeah, he won't be able to take second this time. By off turn 2 they go. Dontavious Young continues to lead. Dontavious Young has the lead over Max Morrill and J.D. Bragler. Quinn Yeager sits 4th. Ian Stiles is in 5th. 6th is Dustin Dietz, 7th, Caleb Marinelli, 8th is James Olmaki, Dylan Cleesby, 9th, Allison Rose rounds out the top 10. Yeah, 110 laps on the board. Now it's on lap 111. We now have 65 to go. 65 laps to go here in the Rick Roll 175. Here they go, rolling back to turn number 3. Back to turn number 3 they go. Headed for turn 4. Max Morrill still trying to find a way around Dontavious Young. He's right there. Can see the leader. Can he pass him is another one. Yeah, remember, catching the leader is one thing. Passing's another one. These cars are aero dependent, which means as soon as you even hit the slightest bit of dirty air, well, good luck trying to get around the leader. You gotta work for it. Absolutely. Here they come rolling off of turn number 4, and that's gonna be Max Morrill still trying to chase down Dontavious Young. Here on lap 113 of 175, 112 laps down. Here's J.D. Bragler trying to catch Max Morrill and pass him off turn 2. Top 3 stay single file, nose to tail. There's a little bit of a gap. Max Morrill goes to the outside, way up the racetrack near the wall. Keeps it off the wall, actually, and he drives away. Yeah, he's able to hold it off J.D. Bragler's attack for now, but he's still on the attack with Dontavious Young in front of him. Yeah, Dontavious Young has the lead right now. It's a 0.2 of a second lead over Max Morrill. Dontavious Young is trying not to make any mistakes. Max Morrill is trying to force Dontavious to make a mistake. J.D. Bragler watching on in case both of them make a mistake. Yeah, and you gotta wonder, where is Max Morrill going to make his pass, and when are these top 3 drivers going to make their way to pit road? Yeah, we're going to have 60 to go this time by. Yeah, 60 to go. This time by as lap 116 is about to go on the board. Here comes Dontavious Young. He leads the way. And now we have 60 laps to go. Here's Bragler going to the outside of Max Morrill. J.D. Bragler to the outside of Max Morrill. Can't quite make the pass. Down the backstretch they go. Headed for turn 3. Yeah, they roll into turn 3. Off turn number 4. And the battle for second continues to heat up as Dontavius Young hangs on to the lead. Yeah, now Bragler looks like he's got second over Max Morial. The number 4 Toyota car is in the wall. He will not get second from Max Morial this time around. Yeah, they head back for turn number 3. JD Bragler rides the wall. More cars riding the wall in front of Dontavius Young. Down the backstretch, off of turn 4 they go. And lap 118 is on the board. Yeah, it's all eyes on Dontavius Young. But meanwhile, we're going to watch this battle for between Tristan Beazle. Now we're going to go back to Dontavius Young. I was hoping to watch the battle between Beazle and Trevor Dorr there. Well, that's unfortunate for you, isn't it? Very much so. Well, anyway, we're going to be seeing 120 on the board soon. Lap 119 is here. We now have 56 to go. We're going to have 55 when we get across the track. There's Allison Rose in her 2007 Kurt Busch throwback. The same paint scheme Kurt Busch drove in 2007 when Miller Lite was the sponsor on that car. Yeah, that car looks amazing. Aside from the right side damage, but that car looks amazing. It looked amazing at the start of the race. I love that Kurt Busch car. Well, here they come off of turn number 3 and 4. Well, you're gushing over the Kurt Busch throwback. Max Morial's on down the backstretch trying to catch Dontavius Young. Well, I don't know why you said turn 4 earlier, but here they go into turn 3 now. I wish I had a track map in front of us. That would be great. Well, off turn 4 they go. And it's going to be Dontavius Young leading over Max Morial, but not by much. It's a 0.2 of a second lead. Here's Morial. Morial looking to the inside of Dontavius Young, and he looks to the inside, nothing there. What was that buzzer? What buzzer? You didn't hear the buzz? Oh, you know what? I did hear a buzz. I don't know what that buzzer was for there. I guess it was just random. Well, either way, here's Max Morial trying to chase down Dontavius Young for the lead. 2/10 seconds between the top two. It's a 26 100ths of a second lead for Dontavius Young over Max Morial, and then JD Bragler's a distant 1.88 seconds behind as Dylan Jones goes back on the pit road. Man, how many times has Dylan Jones been on and off the pit lane? More times than he'd probably care to count or remember. Yeah, this race is not going to be one that Ricci wants to remember. Well, we are now at lap 123 of 75, headed for 100, headed for the final 40 laps. Yeah, we're going to have 124 on the board. But of course, we're going to have to step aside for a break. But when we come back, we're going to have more ADPS action for you. It's ADPS side by side, and you're not going to miss a thing. Max Morial still trying to take the lead away. Man, oh man, is he actually going to get the lead? Don't know.
I'm going down, I'm going
131 laps down of the 175 laps that make up the Rickroll 175. It's Alan Gonson, Jack Robertson, Scott Miles here in the booth with you as Don Tavius Young is ducking onto the pit lane. That'll give the lead right back to Max Morrill. Max Morrill has the lead. Here they come off of turn number 4, and it's going to be Max Morrill leading over Quinn Yeager and the rest of the field. Yeah, well, they got 2 lap cars to their inside. That's Colin Dover and Ethan Moss is both trying to make up a lap. Allison Rose is in 10th, 1 lap down, and everyone from 10th on back is at least 1 lap down. Been one of those nights where pit strategy has really played a factor into it. Yeah, the pit strategy has played a factor into it because everyone's on very different strategies. You got some drivers who will come in on green flag stops and then they'll cycle out and you're probably going to see like maybe a few cars on the lead lap and then they'll start another cycle and everyone's going to probably get back onto the lead lap or at least be 1 lap down and then it's just like, my goodness, turns into a mess. Well, at least the good news is we have electronic scoring, so we can keep everything in order. Everyone from 9th on back is 1 lap down, and while we were talking about that, Quinn Yeager's looking to the inside of Max Morrill. Here comes Quinn Yeager off of turn number 2, and he'll get to the inside of Max Morrill down the backstretch, side by side, headed for turn number 3. Yeah, they're rolling into turn number 3 right now, and there's Patrick Roden behind Max Morrill trying to keep him out front. Here they come off of turn number 4. Quinn Yeager's got the lead. He's got the run. And Quinn Yeager will barely lead that lap. He'll lead it by 1/100th of a second. Back to turn 1 they go. Max Morrill trying to get by Quinn Yeager to retain the lead. He can't quite do it. Yeah, he was trying to retake the lead. He's still trying to. He's riding along on the outside. And he does not get the lead. Alex Lee's going to get one of his laps back. Yeah, and here's Patrick Roden trying to get one of his laps back. He's probably like 2 laps down. Yeah, he's probably 2 laps down if I had to guess, but you know how it goes. Anyway, off turn 2, down the backstretch, they all go single file. That's Evan Toddy lined up behind Max Morrill. Here comes Patrick Roden trying to get one of his laps back. Looks to the middle, behind Quinn Yeager there, off turn number 4. Off turn 4, cars coming off the pit road. Dustin Deeds on pit road. Justin Ricci's coming off pit road. Evan Toddy is trying to get by Patrick Roden, and Patrick Roden is 2 laps down trying to get one of his laps back. Well, he's going to need Quinn Yeager to go down pit road. There's Ash Ellington ducking onto the pit lane. Ash Ellington was 7th, 1 lap down. Evan Toddy's in the wall. Evan Toddy rides along the wall after sliding up into it off of turn 4. Back to turn 1 they go. We're watching this 2-car duo. Patrick Roden trying to get one of his laps back. Quinn Yeager trying to maintain the lead. He's got 3 cars. We got 3 cars on the lead lap, and Tanner Campos is on the tail end of it. He has 15.85 seconds behind. Now switch over to Max Morrill in 3rd. And Max Morrill is probably going to lose. There's Max Morrill losing a lap. And Tanner Campos is 15.3 seconds behind Quinn Yeager here. Quinn Yeager has 2 cars behind him. Evan Toddy and Patrick Roden, both the 360 Motorsports cars. Dylan Jones back onto the pit road. I'm surprised that Dylan Jones is still running. Meanwhile, Evan Toddy's got one of his laps back, and now Patrick Roden's going to try and do the same thing. Yeah, Dustin Deeds off pit lane. There's Leland Fife. He's not having a good night. We're trying to find Tanner Campos here, and we're finding everyone but there's Tanner Campos. Once again, we want to remind you, Tanner Campos is driving his 2021 NASCAR Minos Slingers paint scheme. The team loved the paint scheme so much that Team Campos decided to bring it back for the Throwback Series and this race. Not to mention, he did race it at the Nashville Fairgrounds last week. That is true. Well, off turn number 1, rolling off of turn 4, I should say. Nope, that's turn 2. Turn 2 off the back stretch. That's Patrick Roden still trying to catch Quinn Yeager and try and pass him. Dylan Jones headed back on the pit road. My goodness, how many times has Dylan Jones been on and off pit road? Probably more times than he cares to count. Off turn number 4, though, Quinn Yeager continues to lead the way. We now have lap 141 complete. We're headed for 30 to go. Yeah, we got 34 to go this time by. It'll be 33 to go when they get back around across the stripe. Headed for turn 3. They head for turn number 3. Roll off turn number 4. Roden looks to the inside of Quinn Yeager. Nothing there. Gets back in line. Well, he's still looking to the inside. Can't quite make it stick, though. He'll go back to 1 behind Quinn Yeager. Yeah, Patrick Roden is still trying to get one of his laps back. Tanner Campos, 13.01 seconds behind Quinn Yeager, our race leader. Yeah, Quinn Yeager's had a dominant night. I think he might win this race if everything goes according to plan. Well, he's going to need this race to stay green the rest of the way if he No. I don't think he needs it to go green the rest of the way. If it goes green the rest of the way, Quinn Yeager could be forced to go down pit road. Are you sure about that? His team really played some good pit strategy, I think. Well, if you say so. And while they were talking about that, Patrick Roden is under fire from Dustin Dietz and Dylan Cleesby. They're 3 wide behind Quinn Yeager. 3 wide behind Quinn Yeager. Contact! Dustin Dietz goes for a slide. He saves it. Leland 5 and Dustin Dietz in the wall. Leland 5 nearly goes up and over. How did that not bring out a caution? That should have brought out a caution flag right there. I don't know how they didn't bring out a caution, but that was shocking to watch. 12.24 seconds between Tanner Campos and Quinn Yeager. Off turn number 4, Quinn Yeager comes. He'll lead lap 145. We now have 30 laps to go. Just 30 laps to go here in the Rickroll 175. Off turn number 2 down the back stretch. Yeah, why'd you stall there? I had to think of the race name. Okay, valid. Okay, anyway, off turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Quinn Yeager. He continues to lead the way. There's James Olaki behind Patrick Roden. And James Olaki has 4 fresh tires. Yeah, and you gotta wonder how fast James Olaki is compared to everybody in this shot, because we saw Dylan Cleesby on pit road maybe a few laps ago, and now here's Quinn Yeager, who has not been to pit road in quite some time. Yeah, you gotta wonder how that's gonna affect everything. Here they come headed for turn 1. Omaki looks to the inside. Roden's in the wall. Patrick Roden rides the wall. Here they come off of turn number 2. Now down to turn number 3. And they head for turn number 3 side by side. That's James Omaki, Dylan Cleesby on the inside line. And they will both bypass bypass Quinn Yeager. My mistake. They bypass Quinn Yeager and get one of their laps back. Yeah, meanwhile, they are still trying, and then someone just went into the garage. Their day is done. Not sure who that was, but I can guarantee you that their day is done for sure. We'll have to get an update on that. Maybe we won't get an update on that. Meanwhile, you saw Allison Rose in her 98 car, the 2007 Kurt Busch Miller lap throwback car. Well, she's in 10th right now, 2 laps down. Here's Leland 5 getting one of his laps back. And rolling off of turn number 2 down the backstretch, it's Quinn Yeager, the race leader. Quinn Yeager now has an 11.7 second lead over Tanner Campos, who is slowly but surely eating his way into that lead. It has extended to 11.23 seconds right now. Off turn 4 across the straight, we now have 25 laps to go. 25 laps to go here in the Rickroll 175. Quinn Yeager has the lead. Tanner Campos 2nd, Max Morial 3rd, Ethan Miles is 4th, Colin Dover 5th, Patrick Roden 6th. In 7th, it's Dontavius Young. Ian Stiles is 8th. 9th is J.D. Bragler. Allison Rose rounds out the top 10. And what a run for Ian Stiles. He's been hanging around the top 10 all day long, and it looks like he'll be able to keep his top 10 streak alive. Yeah, the streak lives in all of its glory. Yeah, oh, hi, pace car. And there's Tanner Campos and Allison Rose. Yeah, they are a ways back. Allison Rose trying to get one of her laps back so she can be 1 lap down and leapfrog her way up the leaderboard. Car in the wall, that's Trevor Dorr. Trevor Dorr in the wall. Here they come off turn 4. Dontavius Young's trying to get by Patrick Roden. That is for position, as they both are 2 laps down. Meanwhile, that's all happening way behind Quinn Yeager, who has a 10.4 second lead over Tanner Campos. We're going to watch that lead battle unfold, and it's going to unfold in a hurry. Here they come off of turn number 4. And Quinn Yeager will now see lap 154 on the board. 153 laps down. 22 remain. 22 laps to go here in the Rickroll 175. Off turn number 2 comes Quinn Yeager. He's got a 9.96 second over Tanner Campos. Tanner Campos slowly but surely eating his way into that lead now. Off turn number 4, Dontavius Young looks to the outside trying to get one of his laps back. And here comes Dontavius Young. He will get his lap back off of Quinn Yeager. He's now 1 lap down, and he jumps up to 6th. Yeah, he's in 6th right now. 155 laps down. We're going to step aside for one final break, but you will not miss a thing. It's ADPS side by side.
We are heroes.
dancing through the dark. Feel the moon glowing bright, and it's wrapping me so tight. I can feel the pounding reverberation going off in my body. It's no longer worth contemplating. I don't feel afraid of anything. Gather radiates, I feel my heart. It's finally coming back to start. It's twirling and whirling. The world is a
And here we go. Want to take this moment to remind you that our next ADPS race is going to be at the Circuit of the Americas. Meanwhile, right now we are down to our final 15 laps. 15 to go, now 14, and meanwhile there you see Tanner Campos slowly but surely crawling his way back from a 5.13 second deficit. Now remember, it was way up there, it was like high 15 seconds, and now it's down to 4.61 seconds with 14 to go. Just 14 laps remain here in the ARCA Dr. Pepper Series. Rick Roll 175, Alan Gunson, Jack Roberts, and Scott Miles here calling the race as Quinn Yeager's in the wall. Quinn Yeager has put his car in the wall. KR is there. Brandon Allen's there. Allison Rose is there. They're all trying to get one of their laps back. And here comes Patrick Roden. He's also looking to get one of his laps back. 3 wide with 2 lap cars on the inside. This might not end well. And they somehow make it work. Unbelievable driving by everybody there. Here comes Patrick Roden as the caution flag flies for the 3rd time tonight. Caution is out 3rd time tonight. That's Justin Ricci coming to a dead stop. Oh, Justin Ricci brings out the caution. He brought out the caution. No, Quinn, you had it all wrapped up. And that 2 point, whoa, what's going on back there? Oh, some kind of thing happened between Max Morrill and Justin Ricci. I don't even think we're going to get a replay on that, unfortunately. And everyone's going to bypass the pit lane. Here they come rolling off turn number 3. Top 10 right now. Quinn Yeager, Tanner Campos, Max Morrill, Ethan Moses, Colin Dover, Dontavius Young, Ian Stiles, J.D. Bregler, Allison Rose, and Patrick Roden rounds out the top 10. And we're inside 15 laps to go, so that means we're going to see single file all the way to the end. And we'll be going commercial free for the rest of the race. And this race to the finish is brought to you by NASCAR, the shootout powered by the Donator. Yeah, I'm dying to see what happened. I brought out caution number 3. This is going to be interesting. Well, you're asking, you shall receive. Here they come rolling off turn number 4. It's Ian Stiles behind Justin Ricci. And Ricci brushes up against the wall, gets loose, and into Ian Stiles, and around he goes. Oh, tough break. That's a tough break, and I believe, I lost my train of thought there. I believe that's going to be on Ian Stiles, probably. Watch again. Well, here's Justin Ricci, Ian Stiles. There is Ricci up into the wall. Now, was there contact between the two drivers? Oh, yep, definitely contact. But I think that happened after the fact that Ricci brushed the wall, then he came down. So it's anyone's guess as to what happened. But I'm going to chalk that up to a racing incident. Well, let's look at it again from this angle. Maybe we'll get a better look at it. Well, here we go. Rolling into turn 3. Off turn 4. There's the hit with the wall from Ricci. Comes down in. Oh, yeah, definitely. Wow. I was actually right. So, yeah, what happened was he brushes up against the wall, comes down into Ian Stiles, and that's what sends Justin Ricci around. Yeah, what a tough break for that number 44 car. On board with Caleb Marinelli. Here they go rolling into turn 3. There's Ricci up and into the wall. Comes off the wall into Ian Stiles, and around goes the 44. Tough break for Justin Ricci, and a long night for that 44 team. Well, I can just say it came to a very decisive end. Well, he's not out of the race yet, but his night is way past over. Well, here's a look at it from our helicopter cam. Here they go rolling into turn 3 and 4. Off turn 4, there's the hit with the wall, and there's Ian Stiles. Yeah, Ian Stiles had a run. I don't think he had enough, and he didn't have enough time to brake check or slow up and to prevent the spin from happening. I think we can all agree on that. Oh, most definitely. And one final look at it before we go back green flag racing. Here's one last look at it. Up into the wall. Right there. There's the contact with Ian Styles, who had a run, and around goes Justin Ricci. Man, talk about a hard race for Justin Ricci. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Well, Justin Ricci really doesn't have anything to worry about, as he's not really racing for the title this year. Well, here we go. Lap 167 of 175. It's now a 1.61 second lead between Tanner Campos and Quinn Yeager. That's the gap. 2 lapped cars. The 2 360 Motorsports cars are right between them. Patrick Roden is 2 laps down in 10th. Let that sink in. Everyone from 3rd on back is at least 1 lap down. Yeah, and you have Nate Wines, who didn't start the race. Alan Mooch had a DNF. Ian Styles is having a pretty good race. Yeah, definitely. And we have really not... It's unfortunate for Nate Wines. Well, he did get 5 points for at least qualifying for the race. Yeah, it was just I don't know why Nate Wines' team took so long to get that car, get their 21 car to the garage when we said, hey, it's raining, we're going to postpone the race. Might want to hustle and get your cars to the garage. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Nate Wines is going to have some hit roll at that shop. Well, here we go. Lap 168 on the board. Going to be lap 169. Green flag's back in the air, and Quinn Yeager's on the jump. Evan Toddy's on the jump. Patrick Roden's on the jump. Here comes Tanner Campos. He's getting passed by Alex Lee and Max Morrill. Here they come off of turn number 2. Evan Toddy's going to get one of his laps back. They roll into turn number 3. Off turn number 4. And the 2 leaders are there. Here we go. Let's see what happens here off turn number 4. They come across the stripe. Gonna be 5 laps to go next time by. 6 to go right now. 6 laps remain here in the Rick Roll 175. Down the backstretch they go, rolling to turn number 3. Here they go into turn number 3. Off turn number 4. Headed for the start-finish line to make it 5 to go. Caution lights are on flashing again. 4th caution of the race. Quinn Yeager's gonna be in front of Tanner Campos, and he's barely gonna win that one. He was the dominant car of the night. Now it's looking like this is official and in the books. Quinn Yeager is gonna win the Rickroll 175. Yeah, let's see what brought out this last caution of the race. Your top 10 unofficially: Quinn Yeager, Tanner Campos, Max Morrill, Colin Dover, Ian Styles, Ethan Mozes, Dontavius Young, J.D. Bregler, Allison Rose, and Patrick Roden rounds out the top 10, 2 laps down. I cannot believe what we just saw. Quinn Yeager wins the race. Yeah, he wins the race, and it ends under caution flag. And Quinn Yeager's team is all high-fiving. They know they got it. Well, let's see if they actually decide to go for a restart. If they're going to go for a restart, it would have to come very soon. And here's what happened that brought out this last caution. Baron Poole, riding along the wall, comes down into Trevor Dorr. That's on the backstretch. And around goes Trevor Dorr. Devil Redneck involved. KR nearly got a piece of it, but he managed to keep it to minimum damage. Whoo, lucky break for KR. Yeah, here's another look at it. Watch Baron Poole. He rides along the wall. And there's the contact with Trevor Dorr off turn 2. And he goes for a slide into the inside wall. Ouch. And then you see Trevor Dorr spinning out as well. Ooh. Oh, man, talk about a tough break. Now, our spectator cam won't work here, so we sent the drone in to follow around J.D. Bregler. Man, I missed this drone cam. Here they come off of turn 2. Yeah, he starts behind that, and then he gets in front of it, and he sees Baron Poole get spun out, and then Trevor Dorr spins around behind him. Man, oh man, you gotta be wondering what were they thinking. I'll tell you what they were thinking. They weren't learning. They never learned. It's short track racing, but they never learned. Well, here's the onboard of Brandon Allen, who brushed up along the wall, coming off of turn 2. Yeah, off turn 2, down the backstretch, there's a contact with Baron Poole and Trevor Dorr. Then there's Devil Redneck, and there's Brandon Allen making great dodges. Woo! Epic dodges by Brandon Allen. He won't become snack food for that wreck. Yeah, we're going to take another look at it from the helicopter cam. And here they go. They roll into turn 1. Off turn number 2. Then they roll down the backstretch. There's the contact. Baron Poole goes down into the inside wall. Great save by Allison Rose, by the way, behind them. She ducks onto the pit lane. Yeah, what a stop, what a save by Allison Rose. She saved it, ducked on the pit road, and drives away like nothing happened. Yeah, one last look at this fourth and final caution of the race. Barronpool in the wall, comes down into Trevor Door. They make contact. Barronpool slams into the inside wall. Trevor Door spins into the outside wall after contact with Demo Redneck, and his car just comes to a stop. Well, he was able to drive away. That's what he really needed. Well, that's the good news for him. But the bad news is there's 172 laps on the board. Well, if the race is going to be deemed official, then the pace car has to roll around with the lights still flashing when they come across the stripe. Otherwise, Tanner Campos needs the lights to flash to go off right about now. So when he comes across the stripe and the lights are still on, this race is official. Well, here they come to the start-finish line, watching the lights on the pace car. They're still flashing. Okay. Well, I think that settles it. I think that settles it. Are you sure that settles it? The only way Quinn Yeager is going to lose this race is if something happens to him. Whether that be a blown motor, he runs out of fuel, he goes down pit road for some stupid reason. I don't see Tanner Campos getting another chance at winning this race. Well, here they come down the backstretch. They're going to have 174 laps on the board when we see them cross the stripe. And Quinn Yeager, we got to talk about him. He won at California Speedway, won as it was the tiny short track. Yeah, he won on the California Speedway back in race number 5, and it's been 11 races since he's last won. Yeah, it was 14 races between Gavin Grant's first win and second win. To be fair, it only took Leland Fife 8 races to win again. Well, here they come, lap 174 on the board. There's now 2 laps to go for Quinn Yeager. Quinn Yeager, 2 laps away from victory, barring anything catastrophic happening. He's got this race in the bag. Well, here they come off of turn number 2, lined up behind the pace car, single file. And we're still waiting to see if the lights go out on the pace car. Well, if they didn't go out on lap 173, it's over. That was the one chance Tanner Campos had. He needed the lights to go out on either on lap 173, on lap 172, or 173, and it didn't happen. 174 laps down, and Quinn Yeager is about to lead the one lap that counts as the pace car feed parades the field around. Yeah, we're just closing out this little throwback stint with under caution. Yeah, Nashville had like 11 cautions that we were able to finish that under green. Oh, man. Could you imagine if this race did not end under caution? Would Tanner Campos have a chance at winning this race? It's just another what-if scenario. Ian Stiles, though, we gotta talk about him. He's got, in the last 4 races, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 1 win to his credit. Wow. Ian Stiles putting on a whale of a performance in these last 4 races. And that's considering he hasn't done anything of note since winning the All-Star race. Well, he won the American 300, the American Salute 300 pole, and then he won the All-Star race. Well, after the All-Star race, when he was struggling in qualifying, and then, of course, somehow they found that speed somewhere. Yeah, I really think it paid off for them, because look at where they are. They got drivers that are great. Max Morreale's finishing 3rd. You got KR, who had a pretty solid run. Well, here they come off turn number 4. Checkered flag waves through the air. It's on display. Quinn Yeager wins at Indianapolis Race Park. Quinn Yeager wins the Rick Roll 175. After 175 laps is all said and done, here's your official top 10. Quinn Yeager, Tanner Campos, Max Morreale, Colin Dover, Ian Stiles, Ethan Mazes, Dontavius Young, J.D. Bregler, Allison Rose, and Patrick Roden rounds out the top 10, 2 laps down. Everyone from 3rd on back finishes 1 lap down at minimum. Yeah, and then you got the 2 points leaders, Alan Mooch and Nate Wines, who... One driver did not start the race, in Nate Wines, and Alan Mooch had a wreck that ended his night. Yeah, that was an unfortunate break for him. Oh my goodness. And there you see all the cars on pit road. And And here's Quinn Yeager pulling up to the start-finish line to collect the checkered flag for the second time in his ADPS career. And Quinn Yeager gets the car, he'll turn the car around, and he'll pick up that checkered flag. Well, let's see what he does next. Is he going to start the burnout? And he's letting the car sit there for a while before he thinks about what he's going to do, and he's going to do a polished victory lap. Wow. Ian Stiles did this last week. It's kind of been a tradition among the ADPS drivers at the shorter tracks, like the tracks like Dover, Bristol, Nashville, all the short tracks. Like any track that's under like 1.5 miles, like they do the polished victory lap, and it's really cool. Like, yeah, I don't know if that was agreed upon by everybody or what, but it's really nice to see the drivers do this. Yeah, and I think Quinn Yeager has a good chance of getting in to this championship fight if everything stacks up the way I think it's going to stack up. Because Alan Mooch and Nate Wines, they're still going to have that 6-point gap between themselves headed into Circuit of the Americas. And everyone else, you got to be like 108 points behind the points leader to be championship eligible. But meanwhile, we're slowly starting to eliminate drivers who are in the back of the points with zero chance at winning this thing. Well, here comes Quinn Yeager. He's come to the start-finish line. Let's see what he does. Well, he's going to stop it. Is he going to just park the car? Nope, he is not. There he goes! And there comes the smoke. Let it fly. Quinn Yeager will be celebrating his second ADPS win. His first win since race 5 back at California Speedway. And a great job by Quinn Yeager and his 29 team to score win number 2 on their season. Oh, look out. Oh, he hits the wall there. Well, he hit the wall once, but I don't think he's going to do it again. Look at that car. He's just absolutely having a ball. Ooh, nearly hits the wall a second time. And he brushes up against it. He brushes against the wall, and look at him go. Yeah, he's got the smoke going. I think Quinn Yeager's gotten a little too good at his burnouts after getting some practice at California. Well, you win once, you get good at burnouts. But that's a valid point. So Quinn Yeager wins the Rickroll 175. Ian Stiles continues to have a top 10 run going his way. And Alan Mooch and Nate Wise maintain a 6-point gap between themselves, headed into Circuit of the Americas. Well, here comes Quinn Yeager. I think he's done. No, he's still going. Yeah, Quinn Yeager's still going, and the fans are loving it. Absolutely, I would be enjoying it too if I won a race and Quinn Yeager was my driver and he won. Well, on that note, we thank you guys for watching so much as Quinn Yeager blows a tire. He blows out a tire. He's still going though. There's no stopping Quinn Yeager. Oh my goodness. How about that from Quinn Yeager? Yeah, he's having a good time. He's still burning it down on the front stretch. Heads back to the start-finish line, where he keeps it going. On that note, we thank you guys for watching as Quinn Yeager continues to celebrate next race, Circuit of the Americas. Until we meet again then and there, I'm Jack Roberts, that was Alan Goldson and Scott Miles. We thank you for watching. So until we meet again next time, we're signing out for now. End of feed. Good night, satellite. Oh no, we're not done yet. Not done yet. He's still going. Quinn Yeager's still going. Unbelievable. And he's still celebrating the win in big style. And he's still burning the house down. He's got the smoke rolling right now. Yeah, Quinn Yeager celebrates there. Look at him go. Oh, he blew the engine. He blew the engine. On that note, thank you guys for watching. Here are your race results and point standings from the Rickroll 175.
Follow me down, there's no one around. Lay back and take your socks and shoes right off. That natural light is so damn polite, can make you feel just like you were young again. Running underneath the rows of trees, I can see where the ocean meets the sky. Under our clothes, a fire grows. We are ready for this life of running wild. We're running wild. Underneath the rows of trees, I will see where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, a fire